Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Anda sedang menonton Bisnes Awani bersama saya Syarkawi Salahuddin. DHL Express telah memainkan peranan yang penting dalam mewujudkan lanskap penghantaran ekspres bertaraf global di negara ini sejak lebih 4 dekad. Sehingga kini, DHL Express terus menawarkan kualiti pasaran unggul kepada pelanggan mereka. Dan mereka telah bersedia untuk mencipta semula amalan logistik bagi memenuhi jangkaan dan kehendak pelanggan serta komited dalam membawa sektor logistik Malaysia ke tahap yang lebih baru. Dan bagi membincangkan dengan lebih lanjut peranan DHL di negara ini, bersama kita di studio ialah Pengarah Urusan DHL Express Malaysia Brunei, Mr. Christopher Wong. Mr. Thank you very much for spending your time here.
Thank you for the invitation.
DHL celebrated its 40th anniversary last year. Could you please, give us a snapshot of DHL business in Malaysia?
Well, DHL, as you've mentioned, has been in Malaysia since 1973. We were the first logistics company that actually established ourselves here in the express courier industry. Now, we started out as a very small player with a couple of vans and a few staff. To today, we have over vehicles of 200 vehicles on the road, over 800 staff, and we have more than 45 flights per day in and out of the country. And so, we've grown rapidly over the last 40 years, and we're certainly continue to be the leader. So we were the first, and we'll continue to be the biggest in Malaysia.
So how has DHL Express business performance been for this year?
Well, I think DHL Express globally has seen very strong performance as a business, as a network. And in Asia Pacific, we have experienced double-digit growth.
Double-digit?
Yes, double-digit. And Malaysia, of course, has contributed to that growth.
So what will be the next plan for DHL Express in Malaysia?
Well, I think this year is really a year of investing for us. We've committed 16 million ringgit in investments into Malaysia to expand our facilities, add facilities, vehicles, and at the same time, we're committing a lot in investing in our people. So we have globally...
What kind of investment to the people, like mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so we have a training called Certified International Specialist. And this training is rolled out to 100,000 of our colleagues across the world. So this training was actually, has won several awards, training awards. And basically what we do is to ensure that our staff have the right skills and knowledge to become an advisor to the customers on international shipping. Then on top of that, we actually have people going through management training, Certified International Manager, which I, as well as my colleagues in the senior management, actually facilitate. So I spend 3 days a month actually facilitating training for our staff to help them become better managers. So it's not just a management training program, it's what we call a cultural change program, because all the way from the very top, everyone is expected to follow the principles as well as use the type of skills that will help them become better managers.
When you mentioned about adding 16 million to your capex, and what would be another sector, will you expand your vehicles or numbers of capacities?
Yes, so we will be adding more vehicles on the road. And we will be expanding facilities all across the country in Penang, in Central, and so on. We'll be adding what we call service points, right? These are places where customers can actually walk in to deposit their shipments. And this is part of our plan and strategy to reach out to the SMEs, small and medium enterprises, give them more avenues and ways to actually reach and use us to go into global markets.
All right. So adding new service center or a center for DHL in Klang Valley, for example?
Well, we are currently considering where we can add additional facilities, and certainly this is to help, again, our customers experience better service quality. We are we're very proud to be able to give customers what we call the latest cutoffs and the earliest deliveries. We've been adding capacity not just on the ground, but also in the air. Recently, we have expanded the size of our aircraft. Flying to Subang used to be a 20-ton aircraft. We've upgraded that to a 30-ton aircraft. So it's a 50% increase in capacity. Up in Penang as well, we also added capacity last year by about 30%. And we continue to invest, and that's what we're about, being able to give customers the confidence that when they give a package to us, we will handle it and that they have the peace of mind to know that it will reach its destination safely.
All right. So when we talk about strategy, what is DHL strategy to grow revenue and capture market share?
Well, I think, you know, we have what we call our 4 pillars of the focus strategy. And the first pillar being motivated people. And we want to make sure that our people are engaged to give the best service every day. You know, having a best day every day for our customers. And if our employees are engaged, right, they will deliver great service quality to the customers, who will then become loyal customers, right, who will continue to buy from us. And finally, you know, as a network, we will be profitable, right? If customers keep buying from us, we're profitable. And then it's a virtuous cycle we can then reinvest back into our people, into our facilities, and so on. And translating that in Malaysia, we've of course done our training, we've done our investments. At the same time, we are also going into segments like the SMEs, right, where we are reaching out to the SMEs to ensure that it's easier for them to do business with us.
Which sector in SME that you're targeting to?
Well, I mean, there are a few sectors that we look at. We find that the automotive sector is doing very well in Malaysia. There seems to be a lot of growth in that area. We work with companies in the aerospace, oil and gas, of course, traditionally electronics, you know, and so on. So a lot of these smaller companies supply to these large global MNCs. And so we are able to help them move their shipments to address the markets and opportunities outside of Malaysia.
All right, when we talk about the global economic condition, we see that recovery happening in US and Japan as well in China. So what is the global outlook for the logistic industry? Well,
certainly we ride on trade. You know, and in the past, trade has always grown faster than global GDP. And so here in Malaysia, we're experiencing that this year as well. We're seeing very strong growth coming out of the exports for Malaysia. And so, you know, we are certainly benefiting from the recovery in the developed markets. I mean, certainly the traditional markets of US and Europe seem to be doing well. And so, you know, the local manufacturers are certainly benefiting from the demand that is coming from these, you know, markets.
And how will the global economy impact DHL business for 2014?
Well, I think, you know, for now, we are seeing that the recovery in the developed markets are really helping us drive, you know, the growth in our shipments. We're in the express business, which means that it's very time critical. And what has happened is that as the recovery is gaining momentum, our customers find that they need to produce faster and faster, and the lead times that they have to deliver to their customers are getting shorter and shorter. And that's where we step in to help and make sure that their shipments get to the customer on time, and their customers can continue to produce to meet the demand in those, you know, developed markets.
It sounds like a good business with the added 16 million capex. And do you see any foresee any challenges in stores?
I think I think in the short term, there will be, of course, many changes that are likely to occur in this market. I think we are all gearing up, for example, for the GST.
Yes, I would like to ask that.
So, you know, we are gearing up for that because it will mean certain changes that we need to do to our business. At the same time, you know, here we, of course, have challenges looking for the right people. Right, we are always looking for talent, and of course, you know, everyone is looking for good talent. And so, you know, those are some of the challenges. Being in the service industry, we're always looking for the right type of people to join our organization to ensure that, you know, we can continue to deliver that outstanding service that our customers have come to expect.
You will be implementing GST as well next year.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So, do you plan or strategize, and I mean, putting some amount of money to improve for your IT system or to take over the GST?
Yes, I think for us in DHL Express, the good thing is Malaysia is not the first country that has implemented GST, and because our systems are global, right? So we are able to use some of the investments that have already been done in other countries to, you know, facilitate our GST transition. But having said that, we have project teams and, you know, working on all the things that we need to do to ensure that we will be ready come 1st April.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christopher Ong, for your
Thank
time
you.
today, and we would like to see you more often after this. Next time, probably. Itu dia tadi, Encik Christopher Ong, pengarah urusan DHL Express Malaysia dan Brunei, membincangkan mengenai peranan DHL Express di negara ini.